Imagine that humanity finally found the perfect landfill. Nothing smells, nothing piles up, nothing ever comes back. You throw something away and it's gone forever. That object actually exists. It doesn't need recycling. It never fills up. It leaves no trace. It's called a black hole. At first glance, it sounds like the ultimate solution to waste, but there's one detail people tend to overlook. If you use a black hole as a trash can, it will eventually start killing everything around it. And the worst part is, it will do it quietly while you still think everything is under control. To understand why, we need to clear up a common misconception. A black hole is not a cosmic vacuum cleaner that sucks in everything nearby. From far away, a black hole pulls on you exactly like a normal star of the same mass. If the sun were suddenly replaced by a black hole, Earth wouldn't be ripped apart. It would keep orbiting exactly as it does now. But a trash can isn't something distant. A trash can has to be accessible. You need to be able to throw things into it, which means the black hole has to be relatively close, and that's where the real problems begin. Let's say we try to be careful. We won't put a sun-sized black hole near Earth. We'll make a small one, very small. For example, a black hole with the mass of a mountain. That sounds safe, almost cute. But creating such a black hole would require compressing a mountain's mass into a point smaller than an atom. That's not engineering, that's breaking reality. But fine, let's assume we're an advanced, godlike civilization. We manage to create it, we place it nearby, and we start throwing trash into it. At that moment, it stops being just a hole. It becomes a gravitational object that affects everything around it. Gravity isn't dangerous because it acts instantly. It's dangerous because it accumulates. At first, nothing seems wrong. Then satellite orbits shift ever so slightly. Then calculations stop matching reality. Then small errors appear, errors no one can immediately trace back to the cause. Because gravity doesn't break systems all at once. It breaks them slowly with consequences that show up years later, and that's still the optimistic version. So you might say, fine, let's keep the black hole far away, really far away, and we'll launch our trash into it with rockets. But at that point, the perfect trash can becomes the most expensive and dangerous landfill ever built. Every kilogram of trash requires a rocket launch. Every launch carries risk. Every failure sends garbage back to Earth, not as trash, but as a disaster. And even if cost and logistics weren't a problem, there's another issue most people miss. Black holes don't just swallow matter. When matter falls toward them, it forms an accretion disk, a ring of material spinning at extreme speeds and temperatures. That disk emits enormous amounts of radiation, X-rays, gamma rays, radiation lethal to life. So by throwing trash into a black hole, you're not just getting rid of waste, you're building a powerful radiation source near your civilization. You solve one problem and replace it with another. But the most dangerous part comes last. A black hole cannot be turned off, a landfill can be closed, a factory can be shut down, even a nuclear reactor can be stopped. A black hole has no off switch. You can't change your mind later. You can't press a button and walk away. It follows the laws of physics, and physics doesn't care how intelligent you think you are. Every piece of trash you throw in adds mass, slowly, quietly, permanently, and mass means gravity, and gravity reshapes entire systems. Over decades, your trash can becomes heavier. Over centuries, it starts altering orbits, without explosions, without warnings, just because that's how gravity works. Eventually, you realize you're no longer in control, because a black hole doesn't eliminate trash. It converts trash into a different kind of problem. And there's a darker thought. What if black holes aren't monsters more, but safety devices? They hide singularities, places where our laws of physics collapse, behind an event horizon that seals the damage away from the rest of the universe. By using a black hole as a household tool, we're pushing right up against the limits of what reality itself allows. It's like using a nuclear reactor to heat up leftovers. Yes, it might work, but the cost of being wrong is absolute. So, could we use a black hole as a trash can, in theory? Yes, it really would erase the past form of our waste, but it would never erase the consequences. And maybe that's why we don't see traces of super advanced civilizations everywhere, because any civilization smart enough to create a black hole has to be even smarter to never try to use it as a trash can. Sometimes the most powerful technology is the one you choose not to turn on. If you found this interesting, I'd really appreciate your support. Leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the like button. It helps the channel more than you might think.